2 red cards in 3 days and won both games. Alonso's tactical plan? Great. Let's see how not to do that next time.
From the heart of Madrid, where passion meets purpose.
It was a legacy built by legends and a future written by rising stars.
Welcome back to La Casa Blanca Tactical Theatre, where we don't panic over red cards, we break them down. A giveaway goal, a red card again. And the ultimate striker? Yeah, he just wins games.
Madrid's plan was clear. Press high, dominate territory, and set the tempo. In a flexible 4-2-3-1, the forwards pressed the center backs while the pivot cut off midfield options. Madrid ran the numbers. 181 passes in Marseille's half, 58% possession, 7 shots to 1, and somehow they were losing. One mistake, 1 goal. Football irony at its finest. One misplaced touch from Guler, and Marseille scored with their only shot. Madrid's reaction? No panic. No collapse, just press, win it back, and attack. Like it was rehearsed. Madrid didn't just rehearse their shape, they rehearsed adversity. Concede early, reset, press, attack. Under Alonso, composure isn't just mental, it's tactical. The 22nd minute goal looked like Güler's blunder, but it wasn't random. It was the risk Madrid accept when pressing high. And this time, the gamble backfired.
Alonso's Madrid floods 7 men forward to suffocate teams. Against low blocks, it's genius, but against pressing sides, it becomes a double-edged sword. Madrid's press wasn't just high, it was a suffocating 4-2-3-1 chokehold. Rodrigo, Mbappe, Guler, and Mastantuono chased the defenders, Valverde and Tchouaméni shut the door in midfield, and Paredes flew forward like a winger disguised as a fullback. Suddenly, the hunter became the prey. Güler turned in the center circle, right where Marseille pressed hardest. 2 players collapsed, the touch was poked free, and Madrid were sliced open. With Bellingham out and Camavinga unavailable, Madrid lacked a true press-resistant carrier. Tchouaméni is intelligent, but not elusive under pressure. Valverde brings vertical drive, but not turn press resistance. That left Güler, technical, brave, but lightweight, carrying the burden of a high-risk link. The same issue has happened before. Huijsen's rubbish red card against Sociedad. Total nonsense. But the fact he even had to foul there showed the flaw in Madrid's system. Different games, same weakness.
Madrid are strategically vulnerable when their midfield press is broken. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's deadly.
There's every reason to believe Xabi Alonso knows this. The team's response was calm, focused, with no shift in pressing intensity, as if rehearsed.
So, Güler's error was understandable in this system. However, it is still a mistake that Madrid must avoid. Natural risk doesn't excuse handing away goals. Dani Carvajal was sent off in the 72nd minute for violent conduct, a reckless moment that could have destabilized the match. Instead, it became another reminder that Real Madrid are slowly becoming experts at playing with 10 men. Not ideal, not smart, but apparently rehearsed.
As always, Xabi Alonso responded instantly. Out, Güler. In, Marco Asensio. Formation reshuffled like a deck of Uno cards. Asensio plugged the right flank. Brahim Diaz tracked back like a winger who just remembered his defensive duties.
Valverde, charging up the right lane like a Tesla on boost. And Tchouaméni, cool as ever, swept the middle like a tactical Roomba. Marseille's passing lanes canceled.
And on the left, Carreras kept going. No sub, no shift. Just relentless running and defensive IQ way beyond his UCL debut. He covered ground like it was personal, overlapping when needed, recovering when others didn't. And right ahead of him, Vinicius Jr., chaotic as ever, forcing Marseille to think twice before sending numbers forward. Alonso didn't touch that side of the pitch. He just nodded, probably thinking, yeah, Carreras and Vini, yeah, they'll figure it out.
But the real evolution? Madrid didn't sit back like they did with Sociedad. This time, even with 10 men, they pressed. Not full throttle, more like cruise control with intent. They stayed active, kept the ball, pushed Marseille deeper, and then came the penalty. Was it a soft call? Maybe. A little handball, a lot of chaos. But the truth is, the goal was coming anyway. The way Madrid had locked Marseille into their own half, a goal felt less like a question of if and more like a menu of options. This was just the first one they picked. Sure, the red card came later than the last match, but the plan came faster. Alonso adjusted. Madrid stayed proactive in both defending and attacking. They pressed, they managed space, and they did it without slipping into panic mode.
They even could have scored another on the counter. But, you know, Real Madrid finishing is still a suggestion, not a habit.
But the big difference? This time, they didn't need to pray. They just played, controlled the game, protected the lead, and took home the 3 points without needing a spiritual endorsement from Saint Iker.
Another match, another red card, another win. It's not a tactic, it's just who we are now. If you're into tactical puzzles, controlled chaos, and football with absolutely no chill, subscribe before they go down to 9 just for the thrill of it. This is the White News Today's Tactical Comedy Edition, where red cards aren't setbacks, they're subplots. Hala Madrid!